Welcome guys, and thanks for joining me once again for another episode of Expansive News of the Week, where we'll be taking a look at some of the biggest gaming headlines that have graced the front page of the internet this week. So starting this episode off just like we did the last one with yet more E3 rumours. E3 is creeping ever closer, and with that the E3 rumour mill is really starting to churn out some big ones. So why don't you join me for just a second as we all jump aboard the E3 hype train. Choo choo, eh? Earlier this week, Rockstar Games, the development team behind the blockbuster Grand Theft Auto series, confirmed that they intend to deliver their first title on next-generation consoles by March of 2015. Now, the news of this broke when Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick said, "We're excited about what Rockstar have in store for the new generation of systems this fiscal year." This fiscal year just so happens to end March 2015. Now, of course, the most interesting aspect of this story is just what title are we going to see? Fans of Rockstar's lesser-known titles such as Red Dead Redemption and the Bully franchise have long been crying out for a sequel, and just maybe the power of those next-gen consoles will really do justice for conveying the beauty of the Old West. Or maybe we could even see a next-gen resurgence of that scarily lifelike facial graphics that we saw in LA Noire. Now, with very little information actually available on just what Rockstar are up to, all of these games are currently possibilities. But to be honest with you guys, with Grand Theft Auto 5 grossing over $1 billion in sales, it's more than likely that the world will be causing a riot on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One in the city of Los Santos this time next year. And speaking of the Xbox One, well, it seems like Microsoft isn't letting up with these Xbox One rollbacks. They just keep on coming. Do you remember what the Xbox One was like when Microsoft first announced it this time last year? All that DRM stuff, we weren't going to be able to share our games, wouldn't be able to play older titles on the system, and Kinect was going to be essential for operating it. And I mean, look at it now, the Xbox One is a completely different beast. And unfortunately for Microsoft, it's a beast that hasn't quite had the dramatic effect on their bank balance that they would have liked. Now, of course, there could be many reasons as to why the Xbox One isn't selling quite as well as its competitors. I mean, you could argue that there just aren't any platform-selling titles available for it. But by far, possibly the biggest reason that the Xbox One is producing poor sales figures is Microsoft's decision to include the Kinect in the box with the Xbox One and charging an extra $100 more than the PlayStation 4 to do so. Well, it seems that this is no longer going to be the case, because from June 9th worldwide, Microsoft will be selling a cut-priced version of the Xbox One without the Kinect bundled in the box. This Kinect-less Xbox One will retail at £350, making it definitely more competitive when compared to the PlayStation 4 price point. And I think that Microsoft are hoping this will see a rise in sales figures. Now, this announcement was made through Xbox's official YouTube channel. In the video posted, head of Microsoft's Xbox One division, Phil Spencer, said that the decision to remove the Kinect from the Xbox One was to give gamers more choice when it came to actually purchasing an Xbox. Since Phil Spencer has joined the team at Xbox, we've certainly seen the focus of Microsoft and the Xbox One shift from the all-in-one entertainment platform that the console was originally pitched at, and it's definitely moving towards offering up more of a gaming experience. Something which, if I'm honest, is what we all wanted from the Xbox One in the first place. We want a games console before everything else. However, Phil Spencer does go on to say that the Kinect will still very much play a role in the image of the Xbox One, and it will continue to be supported. But since the launch of the Xbox One, games that have fully utilised the Kinect's capabilities have been few and far between, and it'll certainly be interesting to see how this decision affects the sales and the development of games currently under development for the Kinect, such as Harmonix's Fantasia Music Evolved. But here's hoping that 30 years from now, some documentary crew won't be excavating a bunch of Kinects from some landfill in the Nevada desert, eh? Alright, so moving away from the desolate wastes of the Nevada desert to the lofty heights of the Himalayas. Alright, okay, that segue was pretty bad. But why am I talking about the Himalayas? Well, it just so happens that the Himalayas is going to be the setting for Far Cry 4. That's right, guys. Ubisoft has confirmed that Far Cry 4 will be coming November 18th to PC, Xbox One, Xbox 360, PlayStation 4, and the PlayStation 3. Now, the game is being developed by Ubisoft Montreal, who were guilty for the fantastic Assassin's Creed Black Flag. So, with such a prestigious back catalogue, we've certainly got high hopes for this. Far Cry 4 takes place in the fictional region of Kyrat, where you will be pitted against the tyrannical rule of a self-appointed king. The Far Cry series has become a standout for visually stunning vistas, and during past games we've been lion hunting across the African savannas to torching marijuana fields on tropical islands. Far Cry has never certainly failed to disappoint when it comes to giving the player a unique first-person shooter experience. So this latest setting, if a little surprising, has certainly got me excited to start trading bullets with bandits and the wildlife alike. Fans who pre-order the game now will receive the limited edition Far Cry 4, which contains Herc's Redemption, which is a collection of 3 separate single-player missions, and the inclusion of a harpoon gun nicknamed the Impaler. Ubisoft has promised to offer up more details on the game during this year's E3 press conference. Whew. Well, there really were some big headlines this week, weren't there, guys? But unfortunately, that's all I've got time for now. I hope you've enjoyed the second episode of Expansive News of the Week. Be sure to tune in next Friday, where we'll be bringing you another roundup of the week's biggest gaming headlines. Thanks for watching, guys. I've been Ben Monroe with Expansive.com.